Welcome back, and we were discussing, has Bangladesh become a national security challenge for India? And I'm joined by Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me ask this question to you point blank. Do you think that Awami League stands a chance to come back? Because there are no elections, they are not being allowed to fight. And has Bangladesh really become a national security issue? Now the Pakistanis are demanding that the submarines should get a chance to berth at Pekua.
Well, it is at the moment a national security issue, but it may get sorted out because if there's one thing that characterizes all Bengalis, whether in Bangladesh or across the border, it is that we Bengalis have very long memories. I find it difficult to believe that the Bengalis in Bangladesh would forget what happened in 71, the killing of the professors in Dhaka University, the terrible genocide, the rape of so many Bengali women, regardless of their religion, and also the role played by these Razakars who have now joined the Jamaat. In other words, temporary closing up in international relations means nothing to a country which may be a new country, but which belongs to a very old civilization, culture, and language. So, therefore, I am confident that this phase will pass. And yes, you spoke about the Awami League. The Awami League is a grassroots organization rooted in the very creation of Bangladesh. It is difficult for a man like Yunus, who is not a grassroots person, he's a creation of George Soros, to eliminate a plant that is deeply rooted in the soil of Bangladesh. He can try. How many people will he kill? How many people will he imprison? It's a very large population. In other words, no matter what he says and does, the election will be held. If he tries to out Awami League, there will be a huge problem, and we would then see what happens. But
Madam,
at the moment, yes, this is a national security problem.
Madam, one thing is very clear, that there are elements within the security who are supporting him, because how else this guy is going to survive in Bangladesh? He is not typically from Jamaat, he is not typically from BNP, he is not typically from any political party. That's one issue. And the second issue is, madam, then what do you do about the radicalization that is already taking place in Bangladesh, which is having its impact in the persecution of Hindus, Chakmas, Buddhists in Bangladesh? It's a two-pronged thing.
The radicalization of Bangladesh is going side by side with the downgrading of the Bengali language, culture, and civilization. In other words, the radicalization is a dialectical process which is denying the reasons for which Bangladesh was created in the first instance through a language movement, because there was the effort to push out Bengali and impose Urdu. That process has restarted. But Bengalis in Bangladesh recite the Quran in Bengali. They have not changed their national anthem, which was written by Rabindranath Tagore. Amar sonar Bangla, ami tomaye bhalo bashi. That has been written by Tagore. They haven't changed it. Why doesn't Yunus change the national anthem? If he's so wedded to removing the Bengali culture that he himself is a product of, let him try and change the national anthem. Let him try to deny how Bangladesh came into existence. Let him try to put Urdu in the schools, in the madrasas in Bangladesh, and then watch the fun, Kartikeya. It will be very, very interesting to see what happens. You can try to change minds of people by radicalizing them, but you cannot remove their roots. Their roots are embedded inside their mind. Their roots are embedded in how they were created. So I think that radicalization beyond a point will not happen, because Bangladesh had a syncretic culture which the British destroyed. That's why partition happened in 1947. It first happened in 1904. But Bangladesh's syncretic culture cannot be destroyed by Yunus. And Yunus has no grassroots support. You rightly said he belongs to no political party. He is trying to create a party of students that hasn't succeeded, which has links to the Jamaat and which has links to the Razakars. The Razakars are the traitors who collaborated and helped in the genocide which happened in Bangladesh 1971,
Okay.
where we had 10 million Bangladeshi refugees in Kolkata, and we coped and they went back.
Okay, ma'am. So, last question to you. Then, what are the India's options? What are Indian options in context of our security? Because Munir has also spoken about getting a hit from the east.
Munir talks a lot because he's not from the land of Chanakya. He's from Pakistan. The first thing is that we have secured our border. We have the BSF, and behind the BSF is a full battalion of the Indian Army. We are not going to allow anybody to cross that border. We will push across the border any jihadi who squeezes in, or any jihadi from Bangladesh who's hiding here and there. There were some in Gurugram, there were some in Delhi, there were some in Mumbai, been pushed back.